All right, so how to make a nutrition label. So in this video, I'm actually going to walk you through step by step, as I have done in a couple of other videos, on how to use Recipal actually to create a nutritional analysis label, which you don't have to send your food away to a actual company or business to have it analyzed. You can literally do it through an FDA-approved software program such as Recipal. Now, the thing with this is I'm going to walk you through their brand new website. They've actually updated the website, making it even easier to actually navigate and use, which is absolutely amazing. In this particular video, I'm going to show you how to create nutritional labels for your cookies. So if you are a cottage food business, this would actually help you sell more cookies. And if you are a business that's commercially starting to expand and grow and scale your cookie business, you're going to need to, of course, have a nutritional analysis on your labels when you get into retail, if you're selling on Amazon, if wherever it may be, even Etsy. Now, really quick side note, the reason why I was going to show you, even if you're a cottage food business, you start from home, you don't necessarily are required to have this type of labeling. But believe it or not, if you take a product that looks more professional with a nutritional analysis label on it to a farmer's market, to a local event, to wherever it is locally that you're selling it, there's a good likelihood that you're actually going to sell even more products because consumers are used to seeing nutritional analysis labeling on their food products. And it's something that's not, again, required for home-based food businesses, no matter what it is. If it's cakes, I'm going to have a video on cakes, by the way, brownies, trail mixes, popcorn. I'm going to do all of those different foods. So this one's going to be all about cookies. And the fact that you do this, you're going to have a potential to sell way more cookies. So let's create a professionally looking nutritional analysis label. I'm going to move myself up here. All right. So when you log into Recipal, by the way, there's actually, I believe, 3 different options that you can choose from when you go to recipal.com. And by the way, I'll make it easier. I'll have a link down below in the description section and in the comments section too. That'll make it easier for you to kind of go directly to where I am on this page and have a chance to sign up and start your own label. Now, the first things first, you want to come over here. Let me show you this right here. This is the area where you're going to name the specific recipe, okay? So you want to click on this little icon, which is going to open up, okay? This is going to be my chocolate chip. I'm going to just do it, by the way, a chocolate chip cookie recipe I have here that we actually use in our commercial kitchen. I'm going to use that one for the example today. So chocolate chip cookies, and it's going to be a 48 pack. It's going to be 4 dozen cookies. This particular recipe actually makes 4 dozen, so that way we can show you how that works. Now, next up, first ingredient. So by the way, the one amazing thing that I love about Recipal is not, of course, as not only is it easy to use on the platform, but the amount of actual ingredients, I believe it's in the thousands upon thousands. I think it's around 15,000, I think the website said. That is a tremendous amount, and they're always adding new ingredients. So definitely check back if there's something, that ingredient that you don't see on there. There's actually an option I can show you a little bit later on how that works. You can add another ingredient. But for this purpose, let's get started. Number 1, I need some salted butter. All right. Now, the other great thing, really quick, that's why I'm so excited about this particular website in particular, because when you begin to type, like it does on Google, like it does on search engines within Amazon, as it does on Etsy, even YouTube, when you begin to type, it literally begins to autofill what you're about to type, which just saves you a lot of time. There it is. Butter, salted butter. So you want to add that to the recipe. Okay. Now, don't worry about all of this right here. I'm going to show you in a minute how all of this works. The first thing you need to do is simply create a list of your actual ingredients, and then we'll go from there. So, all right, salted butter and granulated sugar, which is always good. Sugar, it's granulated, fantastic sugar. There it is. And now add it. Now, keep in mind, what's great is if you type this in, granulated sugar, but if there's a different type of sugar you're using, it also comes up with a ton and ton and ton of different sugars, even some of them that are actually name brands and such. All right, so we got that into light brown sugar. So we want to run this sugar. There we go, light brown. Add that as well. Fantastic. Next up, vanilla extract. We got to spell it right. There it is. Vanilla extract. Bam. And we have eggs. I'm going to add those. Fantastic. And baking soda. Now, of course, remember, your recipe, whatever it is, you simply type in the name of that ingredient. If you're making sugar cookies, obviously that'll be different than chocolate chip cookies. If you're making peanut butter, it doesn't matter. You can literally, if you have marshmallow s'mores cookies, you could still make that nutritional analysis label. And it is a very big selling point, guys. I'm not kidding you. I've been in the grocery industry before I had my own food business for over 20, 30, 24 years. So the thing of it is that in the grocery industry, of course, everything has that nutritional analysis label. The more professional you look when you go to local events, the better off you're going to be at selling even more food products. So, all right, baking powder, there it is. And then we've got finally just chocolate chip cookies or chocolate chips. I'm sorry. Go ahead and chocolate chips. And it's actually semi sweet. There it is. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got all of our ingredients. Now, here is, and I'll move myself down a little bit so you can see better. This is where we begin to distinguish how much of these ingredients are we using. So number one, the salted butter is 1 cup. All right, the quantity is going to be the amount. The unit is going to be obviously the unit. So for any less easier way to explain that. So for instance, if you were to, here we go. So if you were using this by the cup, okay, you leave it there, and let's say there was 2 cups of butter. You would click this little icon and go up as high as you would need to. Now, as you do this, you'll notice over here, this begins to start to change immediately. But don't worry, because I will show you how we adjust that. So right now, we actually have just 1 cup of butter, and it'll change automatically. Okay. Next up, we've got our granulated sugar. And again, quantity is going to be 1, and this is actually going to be 1 cup. This is a little bit of a sweeter version. Now, really quick, you do not see cup on here. Okay. So we've got granulated sugar, 1 cup, 8 ounces. So this will be when if you're using a measuring cup, 8 ounces will actually be 1 full measuring cup of sugar, okay, based on an ounce size. Light brown sugar, this is 1 cup. Let's see if we've got on here too. Okay, this will be also 1 cup of measuring cup. Normally that's packed very well. There we go, 8 ounces to a cup. Now, vanilla, we've got teaspoons. Now, this is vanilla extract, so we're going to go to the 1 teaspoon measurement, and this is going to actually have 2. So again, click that once. Now you have 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Eggs, we got 2 large eggs. This again, 1 egg is the quantity, the unit in which we'll measure it. This will be the quantity because we have 2 eggs. And also we're going to go to baking soda. That's actually correct. We've got 1 teaspoon. Perfect. Baking powder, again, we've got, that's actually a half a teaspoon. So let's see. There it is, half a teaspoon. And that's 1 measurement of half a teaspoon. And then lastly, chocolate chips. Now this is based on cups too. So there's 1 cup of chips and we need actually 2 of them. And there you go. So now we actually have our entire, move this over here. We have the entire information here based on the individual serving size of 1 cookie. Now remember earlier, I went ahead and typed in 48 cookies. So let me show you where we can go from here. When you're done with that, you want to scroll down to here. Now, a little while ago, I went ahead and designated this. For this particular one, this is not important for this particular recipe, okay? And I'll get into that in another video. What you want to do here is how many packages does this recipe make? So now listen, if this particular recipe makes 48 cookies, but you want to sell 24 cookies, okay, maybe you just want to do 2 dozen in a pack. So this recipe will create 2 packages of 24 cookies. That's fine. So in here, you're going to designate this as 2 because the recipe makes 2 packages. You're going to do this nutritional analysis based on 1 serving of 1 cookie. And then how many servings are in each package? Okay, so this would be 24. And then you can see that it changes right here. So this is based upon, let me show you really quick. It would be based upon 1 cookie serving. Let me get that off there. There we go. Sorry about that. 1 cookie is 120 calories, and then this distinguishes that per servings, there's 24 servings, okay, 2 dozen cookies. 1 cookie is the equivalent of this nutritional analysis, okay? Well, Damien, how do we get the actual ingredient? Okay, the statement. Let me show you. Click on ingredient statement, and you want to scroll down. Now, you're going to look at all of the ingredients to double check to make sure it's spelled correctly, everything's on this good. And now you want to go to your label. Now, keep in mind, too, we can actually edit this before. So when I first started, I was doing this based upon a 4 dozen pack, right? So you want to make sure that that says specifically 24 packs since we've changed it slightly. And this is your actual nutritional analysis label with all of your ingredients, okay? The analysis broken down, right? And then your allergens. Now, really important. Obviously, based upon, as it says here, all food labels are required to include allergen notes, okay? This would be anything that allergens within your food it contains. Now, obviously, you have milk. You may have potentially egg, let's say. Shellfish and fish, obviously, you do not, or tree nuts or wheat. You might have wheat, yeah, that's true. Okay, but sesames and peanuts. Now, here's what I do. Down on the bottom here, I put the obviously name of the business. Let's say Damien's Cookie Company. Okay, you can put your website, cookies.com, whatever it might be. I like to do this. I put in here an allergen warning. Okay, it says made in a facility that handles all of these items above because we actually do. Okay, we actually have nuts. We don't have shellfish and such, but we do have soy, we have wheat, we have milk, we do have dairy and eggs and peanuts. Okay, now that's what I put on there. We have a specific FDA does have a specific guideline as to the amount of the allergens that are expected on a label, especially when you're in a retail setting of such. Again, if you're doing this from home, you don't actually really need to have a nutritional analysis. It's based on cottage food laws. The FDA does not regulate cottage food laws. So go by the state's specific labeling, but you can take it, like I said, take it up a step further and offer this, but make sure that you get yourself covered and you're good to go. Okay. And now when you're done, you simply download, click the download, and it's actually going to download onto your laptop and you're good to go, or your computer. And then from there, you can print it yourself, however you wish to print it. Now, I'll have some other videos here on my channel that show you how I print my own labels utilizing this. And one last quick tip. Right here, it says there's a variety of different ways. Here's tabular. There's different ways to actually format the printed nutritional analysis label, okay? Now, this will be dependent on your packaging. Take a look at your packaging and figure out which one is best. There's also the linear. This one I see a lot. This one is hugely popular, okay? A lot of times also it takes up less space. It's very small and compact, but it has all the information. These are 3 different variations that you want to wear. I'll get into all of these in another video. I don't want to do all these right now. But these 3 are different types, and of course the default is vertical. Same information, just formatted differently. So that's how you create a nutritional analysis label for your cookies. And again, you can put any cookie recipe in there, find the ingredient, follow my step-to-step tutorial. Click the links actually down below. I said I have a link that'll take you directly to the site so you can sign up for that. And if you need help, they also have a handful of other features, not just only do-it-yourself labels. If you need them to double-check your label for you, there's a ton of great resources. So I thought I'd bring this resource to you. I'll see you guys on the next video.